Origin survival kit. And in a previous video, we checked out another SOL survival kit, the Traverse, which comes in this nice little metal tin. And it's
we are fucking around, watching survival kits and buying magic cards.
Today, we're going to be checking out the Origin.
What a nice day, dude.
It comes in this watertight box, which is nice. And then if we look in the back,
these kits are fun.
For the
it's full of shit.
Contents, it's got
2/3 you could use.
With an LED light and a red
like 1/3 you will use. One of the thirds you could use.
There's a signal meter.
Another third that you don't need.
And on the inside, we've got some quick tension.
So our job is to figure out
foil, braided nylon,
what blows
cord, some cordage, 10 feet.
In order to make our own kit at some point. It's useful to have. You know,
fishing and stuff.
I want something light.
Also a booklet with some survival tips and so forth. And the whole thing weighs 6.1 ounces.
I want something light. Probably for the car.
It's pretty small.
People have like big ass bags in their cars. I don't know.
Palm of your hand like that.
I want something simple, and if it gets stolen, I want to be able to buy one again. Boop, 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 you know.
This piece folds up.
But for that, you have to study and find the right one.
Mirror. I still have the protective covering on the mirror. And it's got some instructions for how to use it. So that's pretty cool. It folds up like that. And then on the bottom, there's this little piece here that releases...
Interesting design.
Knife attachment. So if we pull down, it releases that. And we've got this thing that has a knife on it. And the knife is actually not bad. It's AUS8 steel, which is surprising. You'd think it would be some really, really cheap Chinese steel, but AUS8 is not bad. It's not the most sturdy knife in the world, obviously, but it's better than you might imagine.
Certainly isn't long enough if you want to chop wood.
And it's got a liner lock on it, so it locks in place. It's pretty good. There's a LED light, which does stay on, which is nice. And then it's got a whistle right here, and the whistle sounds pretty good. So it's pretty loud, and it would certainly get someone's attention if you were in trouble. So there that is, and it snaps back in place, so you won't lose it. And then right here, we've got the fire spark utility, which has a flint and a flint wheel, and then you do like that, and it shoots off sparks. This one actually works much better than the one that I reviewed in the Traverse. That one kind of fell apart, but this one's actually holding together and working pretty well.
Oh, that's a Soul. Yeah, so Soul makes a lot of their own stuff like this orange plastic thing. That's Soul.
Still, I'd rather have a ferro rod than something like this because this can break. But for
I think he's using it the wrong way because the little notches here, I think, are supposed to be inwards.
For the time being, it works pretty well.
There you go.
And then we've got a compass right here. And if I set it down...
Why would you remove it?
Let's see if it works. Yeah, it does work. My house faces southwest, so that's how I always test these things. So there's the bottom. And then we can open it up like this.
Aha.
And this is the watertight portion.
I like it. I like that it's watertight.
Because it does have this rubber seal around it. And up here...
Does it have something to hold here? I appreciate that, because you don't have to remove the paper or put it at the bottom and maybe cut the edges. You want to drop it at the bottom. It holds it for you, right? There's such a little thing that just makes it so you have one less thing to do every time you open it up. Or you throw it away, but then I'm a big fan of instructions with your kit, so that you can learn it, everyone can learn it, others can learn it.
Here we've got,
and anything could, you know, you could put anything. Can you hear me? You can put anything in terms of instructions and learning. Sky is the limit. There is no limit, actually.
the little
Like I can't see a kit without something, some reading material.
brochure with 62 plus life-saving tools and techniques. Just a little brochure like you get in most survival kits that's got, you know, situational stuff and tips and tricks, you know, how to use the signal mirror again and other things that you might need if you were stuck in
You know, 62 plus, that's totally a marketing thing.
a dangerous situation.
100 plus, 200 plus. It's like the first marketing thing. You know, like if somebody knows nothing at all about survival kits, they'll be interested in more objects for less price. Ratio. Best ratio.
Then inside the kit here, we've got the quick tender.
Which means the same thing as just saying items for price.
There's 4 pieces of it.
Best ratio.
And then there's the cordage. 10 feet of braided nylon cord, like it said. Then,
dude, I kid you not. This thing, I'm seeing this here.
Got 10 feet of braided nylon.
I'm seeing this. Sorry, what a frame, dude.
And then there's the cordage.
It's bringing me back, like, to a time when I was 8 or 10. And I had one of those green ones. You know, kind of wick. And and you're like, what the fuck happened to that? You know what I mean? What did I do with this thing that I had? And what was it part of? I'm trying to recall. It just triggered like a memory. Really old memory. I had one of those. You know, what was it part of? And where did it go and what did I do with it? You know what I mean? Because I don't necessarily think I would have opened it without being able to return it into its state. So, what could I have done with this? It's a long
10
time
feet
ago.
of braided nylon cord, like it said. Then we've got, there's a lanyard here that would attach right here on the box. And actually, that's what I'm going to do with it, is attach it to the box to free up some room in here, and you'll find out why in a minute. And then
That's a good price.
There's the steel wire.
I bet this looks
which you could
fantastic.
use to repair something or set up a trap or anything like that if you were in a sticky situation. Then we've got the fishing kit.
They don't have many, dude.
Fishing / sewing kit, I should say.
I mean, talk about an insane card. This is
I
it.
have not looked in here yet, so. Okay, we've got some fishing line right here. I'm not sure what test this is, but it's probably 6 or 8 pounds or something like that. Enough to just catch a small fish if you had to.
I'll put it in the bag just for now.
Survival situation. Then we've got
Check on eBay if we can find something.
some hooks and swivels and weights.
Foil one. That's a foil one.
The fact that they put swivels in there is pretty generous. You know, usually in most survival kits you see the hooks and maybe the sinkers, but not swivels. So that's pretty cool that they did that. Then
Let me come back to that. This card I think is fine. Okay, it doesn't look too good here, but is that the Mirari? I suppose it is, right? The Cabal required a suitable immense space to house the lucrative fruits of their religious zeal. Maybe. Are these eyes? These are eyes. What the fuck are those? Hold up. Zoop. What are those? Is it Cabal? Because like Cabal is like invisible in the night or some bullshit. No? Look, the FNM one is $60 still. like you put this down, you don't even know what this is at first glance. You're like, is this um Yawgmoth's resting place, or is this, what is this? You know, whereas if you put this down, you know what this is. I just don't like the looks of this compared to the looks of this, really. They would have done a extended of this, I would have been all over it. A lot of these new arts, they look fantastic, but it's not too clear what they are. You know, maybe this one because it's like the most iconic, nicest art. Plus, it's super blue green. You know, that's super easy to tell. Uh, which one? I don't know. Let's try Virgin Catacomb, for example. Something I don't see very often. You know, like if you play this, you know what you're doing. This, you're like, what is this? Is this a multicolor land? The secret layers, they look great. They do give a touch of personality, of course. And then when you play this, you're like, is this like the holy tree, whatever the fuck Kamigawa tree that protects everyone? What is this? You know, you have to fucking think. Oh no, Verdant Catacomb. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That I really don't like about the new arts, and that applies to many, many, many cards. You know, and what is the price of this? It's 200. You know, 200. And honestly, I've had them, or some of them, and I didn't like them. They're on the battlefield for half a second. You know what I mean? And then they're gone. I mean, maybe if you like to look at your graveyard, that's why I like those at first. When those came out, I was like, oh yeah, these are interesting. Much cheaper, $40. That's 20%. They're very, very nice, full art. It was the only full art available. The other ones are all normal, you know. But then they came out with this, and I think this trumps them all, just because you recognize much more simply what it is. You know, you recognize this part. You recognize the image at first. Let's go back to Misty Rainforest. You know, you play this, it looks fantastic. It looks great. You know, you like to play those, or just play those. But they're just gone. They're just gone. They are gone. You play them, they're gone. Half a second. You look at them for half a second. I don't think that's worth $300. Gorgeous. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Impressive. And this one, I think we know a little better because it's just so beautiful. Such a good job here by Mr. Yi. But you drop this down, you can't really. You have this in your hand, you know exactly what this is. Because the truth is, it's gonna be in your hands first. You know what I mean? Like this will be in your hands. You know, as you look at them, and you're gonna be processing the image and the information, and just part of the image really that's in your hands. So all you see is like this. You know, so you know exactly what this is when you look at it. You know, you see this, you probably know what this is. You know it's a land. You know it's a fetch, probably. You know, but compare this to that, you know, I think you have a not the best example, but I think it's clearer what it is. It just reminds you so well. We could put this here just in case. Gaming Gods, what's good, man? Follow Witch. What is that? 8 months. You've been here for 8 months. What a man.
And we've got a large sewing needle. And I guess you could use the fishing line. If you had to sew something up, you could use the fishing line if you had to. And then there's 3 safety pins, which have a million uses and they always come in handy.
They always say that. They always say that. They always fucking say that. What has a million usage always comes in handy. Bye. All I know this is used for is maybe holding things together and getting ticks out. What else?
And then finally,
I'm sure there's more use.
But we've got a piece of tinfoil. And again, you know, tinfoil is a multi-use thing. You could use it to signal somebody.
Multi-use as in you can use it to do many things. Just like the pins here. But you don't necessarily reuse the foil. Especially if you cook with it. You know what I mean? Can you wash it? Maybe, because this one's like plasticky.
You could use it to form a cup to collect some water or a pan to cook some food. You know, there's a whole bunch of uses for tinfoil. It's always a good thing to have in a survival kit.
I agree. It's a material. It's a foldable material. You can shape it. It holds its shape.
So let's go ahead and reload the
pretty cool
interior contents of this kit. However, I want to show you something that I like to do to a lot of my survival kits to sort of augment them and make them a little better. And because this
wow, I can't believe he's going to put stuff in there.
lanyard is now going to be on the outside of the box, that will free up a little space so that
what
we
is
can
this
add
thing?
a couple items. So I've got the foil in the bottom, and now what I'm going to do is add a couple of Band-Aids. Always a good thing to have on hand. Then we'll put the cordage back in, and
I still prefer the gauge
the wire
or gauze or whatever.
and our quick tender. There it is. And you got to be careful and make sure that nothing you load back into here
This is to help you start your fire.
interferes with that watertight seal around the edge. And then here's our fishing.
I mean, it could be to block wound. That's what is that?
There we go.
Fishing
Now, I'm going to add
wire.
a little mini medicine bag that I like to put in a lot of my survival kits. And this just has a few very basic things. It's got 4 ibuprofen, 2 Benadryls, and 1 Imodium for diarrhea. And you could change this around as needed. You could put in acetaminophen instead of ibuprofen and so forth. But this is just what I like to do. And what I'll do is just fold up this little baggie.
These have got to be no good after a while, no?
And stick it in.
I'm thinking maybe
Right there.
you want something that's tight sealed, it
Take
lasts
the
longer.
instruction booklet and put him up top. And again, I want to make sure I don't interfere with anything on the edges. And of course, as I put that brochure back in, I messed everything up down here. There we go.
They going up or what? Seem to be going down, but the price isn't.
And so now I've augmented this kit to just include some basic medicines that you might need if you're stuck somewhere. And then, of course, the last thing I'll do is put this lanyard on the outside.
$40. Foil is
The way I do this.
47.
Thread it through.
It goes up fast though.
And then
I don't know if I bought a foil. I don't think I
through
did.
this loop down here. Like that.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Pull it through
What's the appeal? $72.
all the way around that big plastic piece. And then tighten it like that. And there's your lanyard. So there you have it. This is the SOL Survive Outdoors Longer Origin Survival Kit.
Enabled Twitch
Augmented with
DTS.
some basic medicines inside. And It's a pretty nice little kit.
a pain.
The interior is watertight, and as I said before, it's very small, kind of fits in the palm of your hand, so you could put this in a backpack or a waist pack or even your pocket if you had to. And it's just a good basic survival kit that you might want to have with you just in case you get yourself into a sticky situation. But for now, that's it. I'm Eric Siegel, and I'll see you next time.
Too bad it's $8 shipping. Just god damn, that would have been good. Free shipping here. It doesn't say foil, doesn't it? 34. This one is foil. Is it really $8 shipping?
Welcome back to my laboratory where safety is number one priority, and today I'm going to put to the test 5 camping or survival gadgets. Let's see what I got this time. For the first gadget I got here world
Got a little bit of dust on it. What the fuck is this dust?
It's to go, as you can see.
See, these fucking players, dude, they single sleeve their cards. The whole card becomes bumped, full of moisture. You can fix that. Look at all this dust all over the place. Fucking freckles and shit. Nice centering though. Nice centering. Not perfect, but pretty nice. Look at this flavor text. It makes so much more sense. Deep within the Cabal's vault, the Mirari pulsed like a dead sun, and its darkness radiated across Otaria. We know we're in Otaria. We know what this vault is for. It's for the Cabals. The Mirari is right there. We can see it. Just so much more flavor. The painting, by the way, who is this from? Don Hazeltine. Looks amazing. Bro, why is it $8 shipping? I bought from this guy. It wasn't $8 shipping last time. Fuck. Good price though. Might just end up buying it, right? It's 38 for a foil. Russian Federation is trying to sell me cards.
So let's open it up and see what this thing is all about. First thing I gotta say, it's not too heavy. I would say about 8 pounds, maybe 10 to 12 pounds.
Novosibirsk.
Also, right here is the cord.
Novosibirsk.
How do we pull it out? Very nice. Let's see how long is the cord. About 2 to 3 feet. That's it. And how do we retract it?
I don't remember if this guy always used to do these type of videos. I think he did other things. Now it's a lot of reviewing.
Very nice. The interaction of the cord is super awesome. Okay, let's look at it close up now. Right here we got small, medium, large, water, and there's a bunch of sensors and on once we plug it in. How do we open the stuff? That's where you're gonna put your Keurig cups, coffee in.
The fuck?
And this is where you're gonna add in water. Whoa, I like it that.
The fuck is this, a Keurig?
So you don't even have
What the
to
fuck?
worry about it. So you open it up, refill it,
I can bring my Keurig.
close it. Don't have to worry about spilling it.
It's
Whenever you
huge,
put
though.
it in a truck, put it to go. And right here, opens up. Wow, how cool is that? You know what? I didn't get any Keurig cups because I didn't know it wasn't gonna come with
Can you plug the hose on it?
coffee. So I'm gonna go get Keurig cup, plug it in, and we're gonna try to use it. So once again, pull this
Hell
up,
yeah.
put the water back in. Very easy, and there's a suction where it's gonna take the water out. Then we're gonna put our coffee in right here. Put Keurig.
Don't press on it.
Boom, close it. Oh, what is that? Oh wow, look at that. The needle is right here, just like Keurig. Not too sharp. Cool. Once it's touched,
Working.
it will pop it too. Very nice. Then once again, I'll demonstrate how to open this. And you put your cup.
The fuck is this cup,
You
dude?
will need a generator or some kind of electricity plug to get this thing going. I guess we gotta wait till it heats up. Maybe
Damn.
it'll turn green. Let's find out. Okay, once it's heat up, instead of having it red, all this turned green. Pretty awesome. So this is pretty small cup. I'll do medium. And now we
Just throw coffee everywhere. Make my day, dude.
quickly. A bit noisy, but
Working.
it does a
Never
pretty
mind.
similar job. And there you go. It's actually brewing really dark, so the water is pretty hot. I would say boiled instantly. Within a minute, it actually heated up
Yes.
super fast. I can't believe it. Nice. Foaming it up a little bit, just like I like it. That's pretty good. Honestly, overall, this is very beautiful. Well, this one don't, which is a big minus, but still, I like this one a lot. For this gadget I got here, Titan Light Waterproof Lighter. Let's see what it's all about, and also we're going to do water test with it. Anyways, let's unbox it. Oh wow, this is actually pretty cool. This is inspired trench lighter. You know, I have put to the test a lot of
Oil etched.
trench lighters, and this one is definitely just like a trench lighter, except upgraded. It's super lightweight. Let's try to spark it. What's happening here? Whoa, that's a really big spark. Definitely very nice striker in there.
Is it supposed to light the wick once you put the fuel in? Probably.
And see if it actually works. Very simple. Any kind of lighter fluid will work. I'm using Zippo lighter fluid. Okay.
That's a lot. I think that's good. I think you wanna fill it like that till you see the liquid, some shit, and it's full.
Lighters, that now lighter fluid will not escape, especially it's completely sealed up all the way where water cannot get to. And look at this big flame once you filled it up.
Yeah, let's check out this listing.
Not so much
Australian dollars.
big deal, because you can just relight it. Definitely overfilled it.
Borderless foil, virgin
Some
catacomb
extra,
78.
but still very nice. Sparks every single time. Obviously it's not going to float. Maybe you can put a floaty on it if you're going to be fishing with it and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool that you can put a
People are trying to maximize their profit now, but it's not the time.
on it as well. We're gonna put it underwater. See one bubble. I don't know if it came from.
Look at this fucking insane shipping.
So far, looks like
You're fucking me so much.
not
Shipping.
losing any air
Etched
from it,
foil.
which is what we wanna see.
Non-foil.
Let's take it out.
Foil etched.
Shake it off just a little bit. Open it. Usually you want to strike it with dry hands, because if you're going to moisten this
manic.
drum, it's not going to light up right away. You will have to wait till this drum dries out. But there you go. Completely waterproof, trench lighter inspired, I would say. Very cool brand. I have put to the test a lot of their stuff. This is definitely a very good lighter. For the next gadget, I got here portable emergency alarm. You can put it on your keychain, but also you can set it up like a trap against bears or people who shouldn't be walking around your camp. And how does this work? I have no idea.
It's getting confusing. Etch foil, not etch foil.
And it's getting loud. Set it on keychain, skin connected.
Moving.
Story fluffs up really nicely. So this is going to turn out to be like a lighter. This is almost inspired like a also trench lighter that I put to the test not too long ago, but instead of having a sparker, you have here actual flint.
Ah, okay. I
Is
fucking
it
missed.
actually a sparker or is it just a metal piece? I'll be so disappointed if this is not a striker right here. I really thought it was a striker, but this is what the idea of it. But here's the idea of it.
That's a good idea.
Is use a striker, light it up.
Yeah, it's
and
not
so
a striker,
that way it's
that's
not
too bad.
going to burn off.
Just a week.
Going to cover it up and make smaller flame. One bigger flame, just open it up. So this feels like more like aluminum. You see, you can start a fire, make a smaller flame, and
I don't like how he has to use 2 hands to work on it, rather than have something on the pen that would turn. Okay, so you could increase or lower the wick inside of it with 1 hand. You know what I mean? Just a little wheel inside with like something that grabs on the material. You know, it's a little. It would, if it turns, it would be a little sharp on the finger. I think a little pointy, but you could use it with 1 hand.
that way you actually keeping the cord longer. Bigger flame for more
Blow.
players, smaller flame. So this is more like a fire tender, but man, it's disappointing. I thought when I was buying it, it's going to be also a striker at the same time, because it's kind of makes sense. Why would I want to have these things plus a striker? But oh well, maybe in the future they will make a striker and this thing all together at once. For this survival gadget, I got here camp truck, hatchet, and folding saw, and a hammer over here. Let's open it up, see what it's all about.
Let me look up the difference between etched foils
Wow,
and regular
it's
foil.
really good. It's pretty hefty. I wouldn't